Hello Bitcoin world, it's Brian here, the UK Bitcoin Master, back with another video in my series Bitcoin for Beginners. As always, welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here with us. Please can I ask you to pound the like button, share, like this video, subscribe to the channel, bash the bell button so you get notified when I post any new content. Do follow me across all the platforms that I'm on, from Twitter, BitBacker.io, DTube, Bit.Tube, at UK Bitcoin Master. So do support me across those platforms, and as I've said, it's great to be with you all. Today is the 4th of February 2018. And by God, it's been cold here in the UK. We've got a bit of a thaw going on now, but it's been pretty darn cold. Now, I know some of you people in faraway lands have said, don't be such a wuss, you know, you don't know what cold is. We've had sub-zero temperatures of 40 degrees. I get all of that. But in the UK, we're not used to flipping freezing cold, and it really gets hold of us. So I'm glad that it's starting to thaw. So on my program today, I really want to hone in on all the news recently of all the hackings. And I guess what I want to do is focus you all in on what my channel is about. Okay, because it's relevant to this. My channel is about registering with an exchange, buying some Bitcoin. As always, I'm going to start saying this at the front of every video. Disclaimer, I don't give financial advice. This is not meant to be financial advice. It's just a personal view of my own. So please don't take this as financial advice. Do your own research before making any financial investment. So my advice is to register with an exchange, buy some Bitcoin, get it off that exchange onto a hardware wallet. The only one I use and advise is a Trezor, and if you check out the notes below, you'll see that I do consultations on how you would do that. It is so easy to make such a simple mistake and lose all of your Bitcoin. And trust me, when the next bull run comes round, you'll be thinking, why did I lose my Bitcoin? Because I didn't take a simple consultation to get it right. So you can email me below at uk.bitcoin.master@gmail.com, and I set up consultations on how to get your Bitcoin from an exchange onto a Trezor hardware device, and then what to do, because there's some other things you need to be aware of. Once you got it onto a Trezor device, my advice after that is do nothing. Now, the most boring thing in the world is to do nothing, but just you know, you feel like you need to do something with your coins, but trust me, do nothing. Wait for the halvings, wait for it to gain momentum, and as I've already said loads of times before, it will stand you in really good stead. But let's come back to those processes because it's relevant to this particular session. And you know, getting on an exchange and buying some Bitcoin is great, that's easy, but so many people are leaving their coins on exchanges instead of taking the next move and getting them off the exchange and onto a hardware device. And I did a video recently that was headed up not your keys, not your coins. So if your cryptocurrency, whatever you own, is on an exchange, you don't own it. And why do I say that? Well, let's have a look at a couple of articles that I've just discovered. That one of them is up on the screen right now, and the headline there, I'm not going to go into the articles in great depth, but the headlines, and this is what I'm trying to draw your attention to, is executives of Korean exchange sentenced to jail for faking volumes. Okay, so I've always said that if you have a centralized exchange, you have many points of weakness, points of failure. And just imagine having executives of the exchange that you own faking volumes and maybe the exchange going under. That's the first one. This one's been all over the news recently. Quadriga CX out of Canada owes customers $190 million. Look at some of the figures down here. I won't read it all to you because the point I'm trying to make is just why you should not leave your coins on an exchange, particularly if it's a centralized exchange. Something I've picked up here, as of January the 31st, 2019, there were roughly 115,000 users with balances signed up on the exchange, with 70 million Canadian dollars in fiat and 180 million Canadian dollars in crypto owed overall, according to the filing. Now imagine that's you. Imagine you're an ordinary working class guy or gal and you decide to get onto the crypto ladder and invest into a bit of crypto, and you're hopeful for the future that as it gains momentum you start to earn some money and improve your family's fortunes. And you've done this, you didn't take the advice of someone like myself, have a consultation and do it right, and all of a sudden in a heartbeat your coins are gone. Because that is the reality of what can happen if you leave your coins on an exchange. The last one, Cryptopia exchange hacked, significant losses reported. Look at this one. 14th of January 2019, the Cryptopia exchange suffered a security breach which resulted in significant losses. Once identified by staff, the exchange was put into maintenance. That was their notice. Basically, tens of thousands of dollars, coins, gone, lost, because of these types of exchanges. On one of them, and I can't remember which one it was now, one of their CEOs died, and now all their coins are all locked up, and they can't get to them. And this is it's a real issue, ladies and gentlemen, which is why us commentators passionately, and 90% of you just pay lip service to this, but we passionately try and educate you that if you don't own your keys, you do not own your cryptocurrency. You're going to see all these commentators talk about dividends and all these other things around Bitcoin. But my personal view, it's only a personal view, is that if you buy Bitcoin and learn about this stuff as you go along, but understand that it is noise, just buy your Bitcoin, get it onto a Trezor hardware device and wait. There's nothing else you need to worry about, okay? There's a couple of other things that you need to learn about the Trezor, particularly when there's a firmware update, which is what my consultations help with and guide you on, because it's so important. You can literally plug your Trezor in, do a firmware update, and bang, your keys are, your cryptos are gone if you do something wrong. So my consultation is not simply how to get Bitcoin and then get it onto a Trezor. It's what happens after that, what you should learn about it, because once you know these few key pointers, it is so easy to, check your balance, take your Trezor offline again, store it away somewhere and get on with life and wait for the days, weeks, months and years to pass while this thing gathers traction. So again, this show is all about not your keys, not your coins. Here are 3 examples of exchanges that are centralized that have had issues and people have lost their coins. How many more instances like this or incidences do you need to see or experience before you take my advice, get a consultation and get your Bitcoin off the exchange it might be on and onto your Trezor hardware device, guys? I can't say it any more vehemently than that. For goodness sake, take heed. Ever since I've owned my crypto, I've only done 2 things. Initially, paper wallet, because it's all I knew how to do when I first discovered this back in early 2017. And then I learned how to remove them from those paper wallets and get them onto my Trezor, which is where they sit right now. And you need to do the same. So that is our show for today, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, have a strong Bitcoin hand. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Delay gratification. Adam Meister says it all so well. Follow the Bitcoin Meister's channel, because everything I've learned from Adam, and I am so aligned with his mentality around Bitcoin. You know, there are things that are going to come in the future, but I still believe that Bitcoin will always be the rock. It will be the store of value going forward. Gold 2.0, I believe that, not financial advice. You know, if you have any gut feeling that what we're saying seems right and correct, follow what we teach, guys. I cannot stress that enough. So have a strong Bitcoin hand. Buy it, get it off onto a Trezor, then learn what you do with the Trezor, then do nothing. Okay, that's our show for today. As always, if you like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, bash the bell button so you get notified. If you're watching this on Steemit, give us an upvote and a re-steam. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're watching this on BitBacker, and a couple of people have already sent me pledges on BitBacker, so thanks to you guys. You'll know who you are. But BitBacker.io is an alternative decentralized platform to Patreon. I'm over there as well. So support the channel in any way you can, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, have yourselves a phenomenal Bitcoin day. Check out the notes section below. There's good stuff there. You can buy a Trezor, t-shirts like this that oh no, I'm not wearing that one, sorry. I thought I had my Bitcoin to the moon t-shirt on, but Bitcoin to the moon. He's a great dude down in Australia that's got some fantastic merchandise. So do check out his link below. Look at his t-shirts, get a couple, get promoting your Bitcoin, whatever. Check the notes sections out below, guys. It's all down there. My archive, ukbitcoinmaster.com. You can watch all my previous videos. I guess I'm rattling on a bit now. That'll do for today, guys. Have a great Bitcoin day, and as always, I will catch you all on Thursday. Cheers.